Hello and welcome back to the channel. Let's talk today about taking profits and the importance of taking profits. If you've been in the crypto space for a while and you've been dollar cost averaging for a few years, you will realize at some point that the amount you've put into the market, especially if you focused on BTC, has gone up exponentially. And I want to talk about why is it important to take profits at some point. How can it not only be better financially for obvious reasons because the price has gone up, but it will be also better psychologically for you if you take profits at some point. If you're new to Bitcoin, I would just say focus on DCAing. Focus on buying, especially if you only put a small amount every week, every month, whatever you want to do it. Man, these crows are really loud. Anyway, so if you're DCAing and it's a small amount every week or every month, and it's, let's say, a small percentage out of your net worth, I would say you can skip this because it's not gonna affect you that much. You have a small percentage out of your net worth that you're using to buy Bitcoin, which means you're not going to be that affected of the of the swings, Bitcoin going up, Bitcoin going down every couple of years. Not only that, but some people may take advantage of the time frame. They will take advantage of the bear market to buy more. So if you're in that position, like previously mentioned, probably you're not going to care about it. However, if you've started slowly DCAing into Bitcoin, and after a few years you realize this is a very good asset to put your money in, and at some point you have moved from having a small percentage of your net worth into Bitcoin to a pretty significant percentage of your net worth into it, then I think it is important at least once in a while to consider taking profits. Now, why do I say that? Well, first of all, it's gonna feel good, and this is gonna be a bit counterintuitive, but I think you should take profits, especially when there is a significant difference between the amount of money you invested and how much that BTC is worth right now. So if it's like, 3 times more than what you put in, 4 times, 5 times, and so on, maybe you should consider taking some profits at some time, because Bitcoin is a very volatile asset. It's not as volatile as it used to be, but it's still volatile. If you have a large amount of your net worth in Bitcoin and a bear market starts, well, trust me when I say that it's going to be very hard for you psychologically to keep hold of it. There will be all kind of narratives online, on YouTube. Have you guys seen that movie Birds? Alfred Hitchcock? That's how I feel right now. I'm being followed by crows. Let me see if I can get away from these crows. Like I said, you have a significant percentage of your net worth into Bitcoin. You have invested you have DCA'd slowly over a couple of years, and you got more and more, you gained more and more confidence in this asset, and you put more and more of your net worth into it. What happens at some point is there will be a bear market, and these bear markets can be absolutely brutal, because statistically Bitcoin can go down from anywhere between 85, which was I think 2014, to 77%, which was the last bear market of 2022. They tend to correspond more or less with the midterms in the United States. So make a plan. Very important to have a plan. It's very important, especially when you feel people are talking about 150k Bitcoin, 200k Bitcoin, and so on, the market getting exuberant, and people are talking about crazy prices. There is extreme greed. It's always a good idea to take profits. Now, it's not going to be easy. trust me, because you'll feel like, why should I take profits? It's just gonna double in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and it's gonna be hard. But if you make a plan, let's say your portfolio went up like 3, 4, 5 times, and you just sell, you know what, I'm gonna sell 10%, or I'm gonna sell 15%, or whatever it is. Make a plan and stick to it, and trust me, it's gonna make it so much easier for you to navigate those swings. Because if you don't take any profits, each time when Bitcoin goes in a bear market, there will be a lot of pressure on you. There's gonna be, each bear market is a narrative. You know, FTX collapsed the last bear market. There was Mt. Gox, or whatever it was called, the market prior to that, and a lot of people capitulated. A lot of people said Bitcoin is going to zero, Bitcoin is a scam, you know, it's never gonna go up to the heights that it used to be. And I heard that over and over again. So yes, it can be tough. However, if you take profits and you realize some of those gains, not only you have some cash to spare, and if Bitcoin collapses, you will have money to deploy, to buy more Bitcoin. But it's also going to be a lot easier for you psychologically to hold, because you took profits, Bitcoin is going down now, and you're fine. You know why? Because you realize some of those profits. And that's what I did. I'm not sure if I didn't get the top, just to be clear, not even close. As of today, the top was at 126k and change. Now I'm not sure if that's the top or not, but it's possible. After that liquidation, when we had like $19 billion basically annihilated because people were over leveraged, which people are always tend to be over leveraged this late in the cycle, this late in the bull market. And I thought that, you know what, I didn't get the top, but it's fine, I'm gonna sell some. So I did. I sold some. Now I'll be heavier cash, a lot heavier in stable coins, and I will stay on the sidelines and I'll see what happens. I'm not sure if Bitcoin gonna go to a bear market, we'll see. But statistically speaking, we are in Q4 of the year after the halving, so at some point this cycle will end, and at some point we're going to go into a bear market. I'm not sure when that's gonna be. Maybe it's not gonna be now, maybe it's gonna be in January or February of next year. Maybe we're gonna go to 140 or 150k, maybe. That's why I didn't sell all of it. I still have some spare Bitcoin just in case we're actually going to go to some crazy prices, so I can take advantage of that appreciation as well. And also I'm well positioned just in case a bear market starts. So if a bear market starts and price is gonna start to collapse, well, I'm just gonna buy more. I'm going to buy more Bitcoin at a lower price. So it's good to have a plan. It's good to have a plan in case Bitcoin goes up, and it's good to have a plan in case Bitcoin goes down. Don't try to time the bottom, and do not try to time the top, because you will fail. Trust me, I know, because I tried, and a lot of other people tried. A lot of people that are traders and have experience in this kind of financial market and in crypto for years and years, and they failed. I failed. So don't try, because it's probably going to end up bad for you. Take profits, realize those gains, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to sleep at night. Every day you go and you'll check your portfolio. If you're doing that, you're probably overexposed to Bitcoin. Just to give you an example, there are quite a few people who had a big exposure to Bitcoin, and bear market started. What happened was they thought Bitcoin was going to zero, so they sold into fear, They sold when Bitcoin was crashing and it was going, because everybody was saying, you know, Bitcoin's gonna go to zero, you're gonna lose all your money. And they sold, and then when the bear market was over and Bitcoin was bouncing and was going up, they bought again, but they bought again at a higher price than when they sold. So now they have even less Bitcoin than before. There is that saying, you know, buy low and sell high, but trust me, it's a lot easier to say it and it's a lot harder to actually implement it. And you need to be careful, you need to have a plan. It either can be a valuation plan, meaning you invested X amount in Bitcoin, so I'm gonna start taking profit when it's 2x, you know, 3x, 4x, 5x, whatever it is. Just make a plan, and very important, stick to it. Or it can be a time frame plan, like I did right now. I took profits because we are in Q4 of the year after the halving, and I'm not sure, like I mentioned previously, if this was the top, but it's possible. So statistically speaking, just to make sure I'm safe, I took some profits. So you can make a valuation plan, or you can make a time-based plan. It's up to you. You can combine both if you want to. Do not let the market take you by surprise. The more you're gonna do it, the more experience you'll have. That's the message of this video. Take profits, realize those gains, use that money for whatever you want to use it, or just keep it. Keep it so you can re-enter the market when there is that opportunity to re-enter the market. I think that is it for today's video. I really hope it's not gonna rain. I had to take advantage of this time slot when there's no rain to make this video. I don't know why, but I enjoy making these videos outdoors. It's better than sitting indoor and talking to a camera. I like to walk and talk to a camera. I don't know why, I just prefer it that way. For real now. Have a good day. Enjoy your weekend. And I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.